Hi, my name is Sarah Z, and for my culturally unfamiliar establishment that I visited this week, I went to a Mexican restaurant in my hometown of Toledo, Washington. It's a very small town, very small community, and really it's the only culturally diverse business or building or place that you can go is that at least that I know of in this area. So I went and I visited with the owners and the employees just to ask them some questions and just make some observations, and just kind of take some experiences that I've had there in the past, to kind of look a little deeper into what they do. So as far as the infrastructure, it's an old building in Toledo. It's been there for many years, and it's had many different names and many different restaurants that have been in there, restaurants and bars. But the new owners have completely remodeled it and just made it really nice and really opened it up. It really hasn't been remodeled, at least to this extent, that I've ever known, and I've lived here my whole life. So it's nice to see some renewal and some change. It's covered in traditional Mexican decor, your typical restaurant booths and chairs and tables and stuff, but a lot of the Mexican flag and just really brightly colored things hanging on the walls, artwork, painting. The colors that they use for the walls and the carpet are very bright and festive. There's a bar area, but it's mostly family seating, which is something that they actually did by design. In the past, its main purpose was a bar, and but they had a restaurant that people would kind of wander into every once in a while, or but I think most of their food service was for people who were there drinking. But the new owners wanted to make sure that they were known for being a family restaurant and not just the local bar. And I think that is something that was kind of brave of them, because it is a small town and there really aren't a whole lot of dining options. We have a burger bar, a takeout pizza place, a bar, and then this Mexican restaurant. And so for them to say, we are going to have a bar area, but we're going to be closing early, and it's not going to be just a lot of drinking, on the weekends and all night and open till 2 and that kind of thing, was really kind of brave of them, because a lot of people are used to having two options to frequent. So the social structure is, like I said, it's a very small town. It's a small, quiet community. Growing up here and living here again, I have there are some things about this town that are, I think, very unique and also very different. When it comes to small towns, some of the normal things are just everybody knows each other. You're likely to run into a relative or a close family friend, or just those really familiar relationships, and that happens very regularly. Um, this is a family-owned business. All of the employees who work at Chimmy's, at the Mexican restaurant, are all family members of the owners, who are Chimmy and his wife Esperanza. And you can feel that when you walk in. You know that there is. That their cousin or niece or sister or whoever is helping them out. They work 7 days a week, all of them. I always see their cars in there. Like I said, it's a small community, so you know you know you're just more aware of these types of things. And there's definitely a hierarchy of who's in charge and what your role is, and what you're allowed to say and not say, and those kinds of things that I've noticed. I know that for me personally, when I walk in with my family, Esperanza, one of the owners, she's also a server and kind of takes care of the bar. She will run over to me and grab my daughter and takes her into the back and gets her some whipped cream and, just does those kinds of things and welcomes us with a smile and a hug and, sit wherever you want and just takes very, very good care of us. And that's something that I think is very different, that you don't really run into in most restaurants or even small town restaurants. Just that sense of family and welcome. And as far as the superstructure, so I from what I understand of the superstructure, they bring a lot of their traditions. They have, different birthday songs and different things that they do for the customers. And I think that they also bring the hierarchy of the family. So one of the owners, Chimmy, who the restaurant's named after, he definitely is in charge, not in a bruteful or misogynistic sort of way, but just, I mean, you can tell that he's the patriarch of the family. Esperanza is his wife, and she is the matriarch of the family. Her sister works there, and she, is under Esperanza. There are two nieces, I believe, that work there, I'm not sure about who works in the back of the house, and but I mean, you can tell who's in charge and who takes orders from who, and that sort of a thing. So that's kind of what I learned about this Mexican restaurant. I was really kind of surprised to see just how familiar they are all with each other. I know that in my culture, you do what you can to kind of help out family, and if you have, some extra work or of like a job lead or something, you pass that forward if you like the person or whatnot. But I mean, this is very much like, you are family, you are going to work here, and these are the days you're going to be working, and there doesn't seem to be any like animosity, or it's just, this is what it is, this is what we do, and this is how we keep our business going. And yeah, so that's what I learned, and those are the things that I asked them and talked to them about. I also think that because this is such a small community, and because we are so tight knit, I do kind of feel like I am able to speak for them, because I am in there a lot. We are very, very friendly and close with each other. You know, we're we don't like call each other. We're not like that close or anything. But as far as just knowing about each other's lives and kind of seeing each other on a semi-regular basis, you get to know somebody a little bit deeper than what they just immediately put out to the world. So yeah, that's my visit to an unfamiliar cultural establishment.